Oh. Okay. So, right. I've started the stream. So, here we are. Hello everybody, welcome to Star Trek Pathos, to Touch a Reflection Part 2. With me here I have some very special guests. Who are the players? Hello!
I'll just get the Twitch page up. Hello! Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, is it already up or not? It's not. Okay. One
Hello,
moment.
Rooms Bath.
1 moment. Yes, hello. Hello indeed. One moment. I'll be there shortly.
Okay.
I'm already there. 1 moment. Okay. That's fine.
What's like? Are you getting up the stream or?
Just
What
not
are
on
you?
Twitch.
Ah, I see. Oh right, that's why it took a while, because of the email confirmation code, because you want to be in chat.
Yep.
That explains it.
Sorry for the hold up, but yeah, I'm here now.
It's okay,
Right.
you didn't use any guns for it.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Yes, there you are.
Yes.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourselves and your characters?
Sure. So, top to bottom, as always, I'm guessing.
Sure. Let's mix it up and do top to bottom.
Sure. Yes, hello everyone. I am CangoFango, and I'm playing the character of Doviah, Drenlich, Twossock on the Pathos. Communications officer. Sorry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
Okay.
I am Rogue, or Sarek, whatever. And I play Nero the Flight Controller.
Okay. So,
Yes.
last time on Star Trek Pathos, it's a thing because in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, when they had two parts or whatever, in the beginning they had the voice saying "last time on Star Trek Deep Space Nine," and because
Those
it
rhymed.
rhymes, that's always what's connected with for me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
a little bit.
yeah, last time the Pathos was on a mission to catch a Romulan collaborator by the name of LV8 Green and extract whatever information you can, and then your orders were to terminate him, which is the fancy way of saying to murder him. So,
Mhm.
it's true, isn't it?
It is.
Well,
Yeah.
So, right, upon following the trail, you found several merchant vessels who at first claimed they didn't know anything of it, and then through some scans and some things, it was discovered that actually they had the vessel on board, but they claimed that they salvaged it, and then there was another thing that, it isn't exactly clear what happened in that space, but there was a decompression in one of the cargo bays. A whole lot of cargo was flung out of space, including one of their life pods, which they apparently didn't know anything about. They're still running they're still running an investigation on that, which they will definitely get back to you as soon as they find out the truth of what happened. Definitely.
Of course.
Of course.
And yes, in the escape pod was an unconscious LV8 Green. Now, upon getting him into the interrogation room, asking him some questions with some minor threats, which seemed to work wonders, he was very cooperative. Some might say suspiciously cooperative, but who knows. he gave you several bits of information, including where the data that he was found to be smuggling was heading and where he got it from, supposedly, which is a man named Warthin Gore.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, also locations where he's probably gonna be if you want to track him down. So, right, also the chief medical officer seemed quite interested in having a look at his anatomy, because apparently that is something that's not very well understood by the powers that be. Another thing to mention is the away team are still over on the merchant ship, if I recall correctly, and they are still trying to figure things out in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did I miss anything important?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's everything.
I'll take that as a collective yes, then.
Sure.
Okay.
Unless chat knows something we've missed.
I
So,
don't think so.
hello VGR, yes.
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything in my notes that really adds anything to that story, so.
Okay. So, we've just finished the interrogation room scene. The player characters who were there left. And you have the coordinates, the name for your lead. What would you like to do, Captain and other players?
I would be on the bridge, right? Like Doviah.
I think so, yes. If I recall correctly,
Sure.
that was...
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
By the way, you can always DM me stuff if there's anything you want to do that's not supposed to be public knowledge.
Well,
Sure.
Well, do you want to go and check out the place?
Which place was that?
The coordinates for the person we're looking. Well, we saw in the
You mean
supplier.
LV8 Green's contact, you mean?
yes, that's the one.
It depends. You could try to get there as soon as possible, before the information perhaps gets outdated. Or, if you would like to stay here and clear things up first with these these Tellarite Trade Guild people, then you can do that as well. They might be setting up an ambush, who knows, VGR?
Yeah.
I'm sure the way team will be fine for a bit.
Yeah, we'll come back and collect them after.
6 years later.
How far are the coordinates?
The coordinates are, well, you would have to check it using from the bridge probably. But
Then I would check it.
mhm.
How far is it?
It is no more than a few light years from here. Perhaps LV8 Green was on his way to pick up more information? Who knows? So basically, under maximum power, you could get there in under a day.
We'll be there and back before they finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I mean, they've got Yosef on the away team. He'll take care of everything.
Yeah.
He
Sure.
probably will, actually.
Let him deal with the uncooperative
Yeah.
other captain. You can have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
The real question is, are you going to let him know about your plan before you go?
Nah, I'd be fine. Let's just go.
I'll send him a quick message.
Okay. Sure.
We'll be back.
Yeah, be back in about a day or
Well,
two.
yeah.
He'll be fine.
Maybe a week, but no
Got
more than a
this.
month. Okay. So,
You're in charge of, making sure we root out any conspirators on that shit.
okay.
Sure, he'll be fine.
Have a party.
Right.
Come back.
Now, if he were a spanner, he'd take that literally. Anyway, so,
Basically.
it's a reference that most of you probably won't get. So,
Yeah.
he acknowledges the message, and in his response, you see almost a glimmer of... What's the word I'm looking for? It's... I keep thinking of the German word. One moment. Sometimes this happens where I keep going back to the German word. One moment. You sense almost a glimmer of opportunity in his response, as though he's almost excited about this, being given this responsibility. And yeah, of course, he accepts. Yeah, so what's the plan, Cap? The plan is to go get the contact as soon as possible. So, is that what you want to do? Now, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad that 3 of our maximum 4 crew support for this adventure are, by the looks of things, now going to be tied up completely out of the story.
Yep.
I'm sure that'll go well. So,
Sure.
It'll be fine. Nothing was lost.
so Nero, what do you want to do?
I am going.
As you get back to the helm station, the crewman who was there gives you the salute and frees the space for you.
Well, I go in my seat.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one sec. No, I'll Oh. I will go cruising. I will head to coordinates, but do it at not cruising speed.
Cruising speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You go to warp, and since you're expecting to take about a day anyway, that's all good. Now we'll skip ahead. Unless anyone wants to do stuff during the journey.
What would I be doing?
You don't need to specifically tell me what you're doing, and I'm just asking if there's something specific. It's like, ooh, I want to do that thing while we're going there. That sort of thing is what I mean.
Oh, do I pass?
Probably check in on the doctor at some point. Make sure she's not going overboard.
Well, that's probably a good thing to do. Anything else? Anyone?
I might. Oh, I'm tempted to slow down a little bit, then speed up, just for fun.
No, not me. I'll just stay at my post.
Sometime later. Exactly, Vijaya.
Yeah, at some point I might just socially slow down and then maybe speed up a little bit. Like slow down for a little bit, for like a few, and then speed up again.
Sure.
If the captain notices that, he is told not to do that again.
Don't worry, he's gonna do it while you're checking up on the doctor.
Yep.
Right. Incidentally, which also means that you leave Nero with the or control of the bridge. So,
every time when the captain isn't around, I slow down.
That is very rare.
And then when she turns up, speed up again.
Yeah. So, let's do the doctor thing first. So, you ask the computer the location of Dr. Ella Brasking. You get the response that she's currently still in, she's currently in sickbay. You head there, you enter, you can see an unconscious LV8 Green laying on his back on one of the med beds. And again, he's like kind of like a, almost like a human-sized woodlouse that's green kind of thing. And there are no visible injuries or anything like that. There is a tray on the side with several what look like big bottles, almost, that have different liquids in them. And there is a fairly unorganized looking pile of little tubes that are just laying on the tray. The doctor is there, and she looks like she's going over some data on one of those data pads. As you enter, she turns and says, "Captain," as she gives the salute.
This seems elaborate.
Yes, it is. Originally I thought that perhaps some simple scanning tools would suffice, but I can't resist a bit of old school chemistry. If you are worried, he will be fine. As per order.
Insight?
Okay, sure. Command plus insight versus her. I guess it would be command plus presence.
Okay.
We've got one momentum left. Yep. EM3 Green, that's his species. It's another individual of that species, yes. Thank you. Nope, he's not dead. Or at least he doesn't appear to be dead. You sound like you're thinking if some of your focuses would apply or not.
Yeah.
Which one do you think might apply?
The last one.
Okay, I might as hold on. Sure, I'll let it apply.
Okay.
That has to do with reading people.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see how Ella does.
17 and a 19.
Okay, Ella on the other hand has
Bodes
rolled
well.
better. Hello, Anthony Saracen 2 in chat.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to Star Trek Pathos.
Indeed.
Table
I
role
can
playing.
I see we're going to continue to be very successful this session.
Yep. So, she seems completely honest. There is no... You would think that if she were trying to deceive you, there would be at least a bit of fear in her. But there's nothing. If anything, there's just a bit of excitement and eagerness, if anything, but nothing that would indicate deception. If you want to, oh yes, I'll give you the stream notification thing on Discord. Thank you. I'll do that. Anthony's also do. Right. So she says, "Have you come to review my findings, Captain?"
You've discovered anything of note?
I've discovered several interesting things about his biology. However, nothing that would be immediately important. I will compile a report once I am finished.
Very well. I shall await your word.
I will not keep you waiting. Okay.
That's that.
That's that.
Okay.
Indeed.
That's
You
that. See
go
you
back
then.
to the bridge, where Nero is at the helm, dutifully piloting the ship. What is Star Trek anyway? Just curious. Star Trek is a sci-fi franchise that has been running since 1966, and we're playing a part of it. It's basically a utopian future where humanity is part of the United Federation of Planets, which is spread across space. That's the basics of it. So,
Yes. And there's a role-playing system that's
this role
set in the
yeah.
universe.
Yes,
right?
this role-playing game is made by Modiphius. So, now do we want to skip ahead? Yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. We skip ahead to round about a day having passed. A little bit more than a day. Maybe another hour or two have passed. And you just don't seem to be arriving there. So, do you just want to wait until you do eventually get there, or would you like to bring this matter up with the helmsman?
Definitely bring it up with the helmsman.
Do you want to do this on the bridge or in a more private situation?
On the bridge.
On the bridge? Okay. There's nothing to hide on this ship. In bracket, mwahaha. Right, so you are on the bridge. You've been sitting quietly in the captain's chair for a while now, just watching the view screen, the warp debris going by. Nero's there at the helm.
Is there a reason that we would be delayed at this point?
No. I'll go a bit faster if you want. I still want to cook the other engine.
I'm asking you as the helmsman why we are behind schedule.
Not sure. We are going at cruising speed. Take about a day.
If you do not provide a reason for the delay, I will have to assume that it is an operator error.
We seem to be going at cruising speed. You can have a look. Is that one of the engines?
I would like to go to a console and pull up logs for the bridge activities.
Okay. You go to a console, bring up the logs. You can see exactly when each officer and crewman came on to service, went off service. You can see there have been no communications, blah blah blah, all sorts of other stuff. You look, you see the helm console, the activities there, and it's a bit peculiar. It looks like basically the ship's speed as a graph is doing this, essentially.
Nero,
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt that such a significant speed irregularity would escape your notice.
Nope. It wouldn't. How's that?
Would you care to explain it then? Since you apparently would certainly have noticed, and therefore did notice and did nothing about it.
I'm sure it's going at cruising speed.
If you do not give me a good reason right now, there will be a full investigation into your activities launched.
Must have been a bit of a slip.
That is an invalid reason.
Security to the bridge. No, wait, they're already there. No, but there literally are guards, of course, on the bridge.
Yes, I know.
So.
Yes. I call another helmsman to the bridge and say, pending the results of the investigation, you will be monitored full-time.
Right. The ensign you call to the bridge seems quite eager to impress. You're pretty sure that it's going to keep basically keep a close eye on whatever you tell him to keep a close eye on.
You make sure our helmsman is...
fulfilling his duties.
Yes. And do pay attention to the ship's speed.
Yes, Captain. Of course. And then you would have to say, no, keep us on course, please.
Yeah, that's something Shiun would do.
Anyway, so yes. Now, is the scene finished, or would Nero like to respond in some way, or what's going on?
Oh, I just speed back up again.
Okay, sure.
Speed literally up, like, let's say, max?
Maximum, okay.
What?
You can hear the background hum getting more higher pitched as you're accelerating. You feel the deck plate starting to vibrate a little bit as you're getting there. Your ETA, you're about maybe 5 or so hours out. As the time passes, is there anything that Nero does that this new watchdog would notice or report?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh.
Apparently
And
you're...
there is a security investigation going on
Yep.
in the background.
Apparently the counter chaos thing worked. So, actually I'll have to roll for that. Nero, would you please like to give me a security plus reason check?
Mm-hmm. Reason.
Coffee Captain. No, this isn't Janeway. She literally went into a nebula because she thought there was coffee in there, and then ended up almost killing a huge space amoeba. Anyway.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Reason.
Coffee in
plus-
terms of energy that can be used for replicators, but
Uh-huh.
That makes
So
more
security
sense.
and reason, right?
yes, please.
Well,
Ooh.
there you go.
Okay.
God damn it.
Over the course of the 5 hours, nothing noteworthy is turned up. However, the investigation is continuing. So, eventually, you get notified by your watchdog that you are only maybe about 10 or so minutes out from your destination. And Jay Baylor informs you that he is picking up a ship on long-range sensors. Do you want to do anything before you get there, or do you just want to drop out of warp in front of them?
I want to drop out of warp in front of them.
Okay. Right.
Oh, this will be in front of him. Right in front of him. Well, can I literally aim it so literally it's like right in front of him?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
You can aim it in a way that we would be in front of them and they would have time to respond without crashing into us.
Yeah.
So, you drop out of warp. You said right in front of them, yes?
Pretty sure was that. That's what was said. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, right in front of him, enough so
Mhm.
we don't crash.
Of course, of
We
course.
don't crash, but in front
Of
of enough
course.
so it basically they like jump
Yeah.
out of the skin.
I mean, it's not like you've got like a super secret cycle that is destroy the ship or anything like that. So,
Huh?
drop out of warp right in front of them. You can see it is what looks like an older... It looks like it's an older Klingon battlecruiser design that seems to have been refit several times and converted into more of a freighter. However, that's just a visual reading you get from it. It is identified as the SS Konkar, which I'll tell you, that's how that's spelled. It's fairly straightforward.
Thank you.
Right.
So you've dropped out. And is there anything anyone would like to do?
So this is... Which of the two names we got is this?
So...
Walthengor, I'm guessing?
So this is the part of the sector where Walthengor is supposed to operate, and
okay.
This is, even though it wasn't said in the episode, I think over the course of the day and a bit, this is the ship that LV8 Green was in contact with. You could have gotten that information from him easily.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you would like
Alright.
to do, or?
I would like to open hailing frequencies.
Okay.
Or order Doviah to do so,
So,
Aye,
more
sir.
accurately.
as you order that, Doviah goes over to do that. Hold on.
I'm already there.
I'm with your hands over to
Alright,
do
sure.
that.
Sure.
You see that just as you're doing that, you are in fact being hailed.
Actually, sir, they're hailing us.
Reasonable.
On screen?
Audio or visual?
Visual.
Visual, sir.
And by the way, they haven't raised shields or anything like that.
On screen.
I press buttons and
Okay.
on screen.
On screen comes what looks like a child of about maybe 12 or so, completely bald, wearing fancy robes, sitting in what looks like a big bean bag, essentially, with some fancy purple and pink lighting going on. And he's got in one hand what looks like a chalice, drinking something. He says, Pathos. Was the information not satisfactory? Or would you like to make another deal?
I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Yep. And Shiun isn't either.
Cool. Your question is illogical.
Illogical? I was unaware that Vulcans had a sense of humor.
Well, I was unaware you were in contact with my ship, so I suppose that makes us even.
Really, I do not believe that this is the time. Do you honestly not recall our transaction, Captain?
There has been no transaction.
Yes, I have the contracts right here. I sold you information on a certain outpost, and I've received dilithium in exchange. I both have the dilithium as well as the contracts here. If you wish to inspect them, go ahead.
I will do so. Who was your contact for this arrangement?
You, of course, Captain Shiun.
And your means of communication?
Normal subspace communications. Why are you so surprised? What is going on? At this point, Doviah, you receive the totally not computer virus contract, and also there seems to be some sensor data packaged with it.
Okay. I see. Right, Captain. I'm receiving some sort of contract with sensor data. What are your orders?
He says, if you would like to take some time to inspect the contract, I won't be going anywhere.
What is the time frame for this?
This happened only a few days ago. I'm really puzzled by all of this.
It is indeed a puzzling situation, but not one for which I have answers to offer. Not yet. I will review your information.
He nods. Do you want to cut the comms while you do so, or would you like to do it while he's watching?
I will cut comms.
Okay. So Doviah cuts comms?
Yeah.
And you go over to, I'm assuming, review the information, yes?
Yes.
Go.
So,
Who do I give it to the captain, or does the captain come over, or how
it's
does
in
it
the
work?
system, you can access it from a console.
Sure. Fine.
So, there is a contract there, which states on one party is Watengor of the, previous First Federation, who, it's a trade agreement with the starship Pathos, more specifically Captain Shiun, which details there are about 150 kilograms of dilithium crystals for information and coordinates of something called the Mandel Research Outpost. There is also your signature, which is there. If you review the sensor data, you can see that the sensors have, or at least if this has not been tampered with, have indeed picked up a Constitution class starship with the transponder of USS Pathos. Same NCC number. Called it VGR called it Captain. Captain, are you thinking what I'm thinking? That what ... I do not remember this. Sir, scams indicate that one is being conducted on us. That's funny, Kango. Sir, scams indicate that one is being conducted on us.
Thank you.
So, you hear the beeping and buzzing of various consoles in the background as the captain reviews the data.
I would like to check if this data is in our computer banks.
You mean about the Mandel Research Outpost specifically, or what?
Yes.
Okay. Computer banks check away! No. So, this will be a roll. It is going to be science plus insight, as well as the ship assisting with science plus computers.
Okay.
Damn right, says Eliza.
Our momentum evaporate, presumably?
Yep,
No.
it is gone. All gone. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Quite shocking.
Alright. Well, let's see if I can roll better.
By the way, the
Thanks.
difficulty for this is 0. I forgot to mention.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thank you.
I really should have mentioned that sooner, but
Yeah, whatever.
yeah. There's one. Now, Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Yep. Yes. I would.
Go ahead. Science plus computers.
One moment.
Okay. Now what?
One moment.
Oh, another one. Okay, sure.
I have
Oh, were you making notes?
DM'd you.
Ah, DM'd. Okay, sure. Thank you. Now, please roll while I read your DM. Okay. For a second there, I thought that was related to
Sure.
maybe a super secret side goal or something like that, but
Okay.
who knows?
So that's one die. Focus use, whatever.
Mhm.
So what roll is it again? Sorry.
This is going to be science plus computers.
Sure. That's fine. Okay.
Mhm.
That's fine rolling.
Okay, another one. So that's 2 momentum. Congratulations. Which
Alright.
you will be able to use however you want. You could use them for obtain information. You could use them for other stuff. You just let them evaporate. So, I need a bit of water. One moment.
Sure.
Right. You scour the depths of the computer's database, which doesn't take you very long, which is quite convenient. And indeed, you do have information about the Mandel Research Outpost in your databanks. It is, it is within your space, and it is an imperial structure that researches interdimensional theories and tries to find applicable uses for these theories, as well as trying to prove or disprove them, because there are a lot of things that are just theoretical, and this base is one of those places that converts that to something potentially useful, something that can actually be applied. More specifically, things that have to do with how different dimensions interact with each other. It is located on the edge of the Courting Shell Expanse, which is this.
The what expanse?
The Courting Shell Expanse. It is, so the Courting Shell Expanse is kind of like a C shape, basically. So the bottom of it is in your space. Then you've got the middle part of it, which goes through First Federation space, and then the top part of that kind of reaches over into Romulan space. And this is kind of right there on the edge of the neutral zone. Which also, one moment. One moment. Oh, where is it? Oh, come on. One moment.
Of course.
Yes, it is also located quite near the Ushtal system, which is Bit in there, the neutral zone, quite barren, there's nothing there. So there's no real point in mentioning that. So, and if you believe that, then you'll believe anything. So, yeah. Are there any questions that you would like to use the obtain information for? Or would you want to look up other stuff? The computer is very helpful. Except when it conveniently isn't.
Yes. Is there like an equivalent to the age of the file being recorded?
You mean the contract or the information about the Mendel Research Outpost?
The information about the research outpost.
Okay, well, sure. You want to know... Okay, do you want to spend the obtain information on that?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got 1 momentum left. It appears that the last time that the ship's... these files in the ship's database were updated regarding this was a few months ago when you were last in dry dock. Does that answer your question, or did you have a different...
That does answer my question.
Okay. Is the answer helpful in any way?
Well, it narrows things down.
Okay.
Whether or not that will get us anywhere, that remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would like to bring the call back up.
Okay. You try to do that, but you find that he is long gone. No.
Yeah, I put him on again, basically.
Sure. Yes, you put him on again, and this time he looks like he's drinking something out of a bowl. A brass bowl, by the looks of things, which is very important knowledge. So, and he puts it aside and says, "Well, Captain, I trust that you have been able to verify the authenticity of the contract." And you will also have noticed that there is no return clause. You are not getting your dilithium back.
That is not the concern right now. In what form did you send this data?
Subspace communication.
Directly to the ship?
Yes, of course.
Well then, this has several irregularities. One being my signature, which I did not provide, the other being the fact that our data on the research outpost has not changed within the last few months.
Captain, I do not know what is going on here. If there's something happening which I'm required to play along with, I will gladly play along. However, I am really confused as to what exactly the issues here are. If you would like to, I can give you your own warp signature. Perhaps there are still some residue left over. If I recall, your sensors are, he thinks for a moment, says, immaculate.
I will accept the warp signature. I would also request any logs of these subspace communications you made.
Very well, have them. You receive it. You receive all the stuff.
Do I receive them?
Yeah, it comes. You get the data in. You can do stuff with it if you want to.
I'm receiving the data now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a roll. Probably is going to be Jay Baylor rolling, since he's Chief Science. This is going to be, by default, a difficulty 3 roll. However, the advanced center suites reduce that to difficulty 2. And the ship assists. Do you want to buy dice with threat for this? Or not?
Oh, we had one momentum left.
Yes. I'm aware.
So we could use that. So I think we would use that. If we were to
If everyone
purchase
agrees, I would like to use one momentum
Yes.
to buy a die.
Yeah.
Everybody okay? Going once?
Nice try though.
Going twice? Thank you. And here we go.
Ooh, a 1.
Wow!
Okay. I mean, that's 1, 2,
We bought a
3,
crit.
4. 4
4
successes.
successes.
4 successes.
Huh.
Well,
Congratulations.
Yay.
So, Rogue, would you like to roll for the ship?
hold on. Where is the look?
This is going to be,
That one?
can you guess?
No.
Science
Aw.
plus reason? No.
No, it's going to be
The ship.
sensors plus, in this case, science. Or engineering, but science would work better, I think. Because, yeah.
Where did I put my... Ah, it's fine. One.
Okay, great. So that's 3
Alright.
momentum. 3 momentum generated. So,
Huh. Great.
gotta love those advanced sensor suites. Glad we didn't get rid of those last time we had the chance to. Anyway, so
Yes.
he scans area. He says, Captain, I am indeed picking up a very faint warp signature. The decay rate is consistent with that of a ship that would have left a few days ago. No more than a week, I would say. The warp signature matches that of the information given to us. I have got a course heading, sir. It is the research outpost. Since you're taking a moment to think about that, the man on the view screen and says, Captain, if I can cooperate in any way, of course I will. Also, you get the logs, and indeed, yes, his communications logs indicate that it was transmitted to a ship, identified as the USS Pathos, Constitution class ship, and yes.
We will have several additional questions for you. However, it seems we have a more urgent matter to attend to. I would advise you not to travel far.
Understood.
Alright. Yes, we're going to a research outpost.
Shall I end the call, sir?
That very obviously was not in character, but yes,
Okay.
you should end the call.
Okay.
Is it ma'am, not sir, but okay.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
True.
That was really funny. I mean, yeah.
While they're doing
Yeah.
all that, does the dog talk to me? The watchdog talk to me?
No, he's just standing beside you with his
Ah.
with his hands behind his back, watching your hands.
My hands are right here. You sure you don't want to talk?
Doesn't say anything.
Stick up.
No response.
Nothing. Not a single thing.
No.
Throughout the whole entire program. Okay.
No. And he's been standing there for hours.
Does your legs hurt?
There is no
I bet
response.
they start to hurt.
He is entirely. You get the idea that he's probably only maybe a few months out of the recruitment center.
Ah, I get it. Trying to press A.
So,
You're not gonna beat me.
as you say, you're not going to beat me, he says something to you. The first time he says anything to you, he says, "Time will tell." But he says it quietly, so that probably no
like
one
the
else
challenge.
says anything. So probably no one else hears it.
Can I roll to hear it?
Oh, this is gonna be
I mean,
fun.
If I really wanted to.
If you really
That's
wanted
so
to, I suppose yes, it would be security plus insight.
This is gonna be fun.
You, just,
I could do a challenge.
you do not hear it.
Okay.
Also,
this is gonna be
also,
fun.
thank you for the extra 2 threat.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's
Wow.
gonna be fun.
Why did I have to roll?
I love it.
I mean, that was the
challenge
easiest.
for once.
That was the
A
easiest threat.
decision was made.
That was the easiest threat that I've ever earned.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
So, right now, communications have been cut. You've got the course heading. What do you want to do?
I guess we're going.
Okay.
Game speaking.
Do you give a specific speed you want to go at, or are you going to leave that up to Helm?
I give an appropriate medium-high speed.
Okay.
Just 55 miles an hour.
Like, as he's doing that, he literally first goes, "Let the games begin,"
Ooh.
and then just goes. Whoom.
Yep, and the ship jumps to warp. So,
You better be watching.
right.
That's loads of skills.
So, so it's going to take you probably again like another day or so to get there. During that time, of course, shifts change, and he requests Doviah to get the doctor to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you comply?
Yes, I'd call them.
For asking, okay. She comes
is
to the
gonna be
bridge. She
way too
comes
fun.
up to the bridge, says, "Have there been any injuries?" And then he says, "Over here." Goes over. And then he says to her, "Doctor, I require something to keep me awake. I have a very important assignment. Cannot afford to be tired or drowsy." She raises an eyebrow and then says, "I see. Very well. I'll give you a mild serum, and she's got a hyperspray. Goes over. He grabs the arm, says, "I need something stronger." And she goes back into her bag, picks out something else, and says, "Here you go. It's not going to be pleasant. You sure?" Says, just nods, and she injects him. And then she leaves. And yeah.
Who did she inject?
She injected the watchdog.
Oh, you're slipping.
And this is about like 10 minutes before your shift ends anyway, Nero.
Oh, you're slipping, boy. You're slipping. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So,
oh, I'm having so much fun.
As you reach the end of your shift, Nero, what do you want to do? Do you actually go off shift, get a bit of rest? Or what do you do?
I say your turn now, watchdog. I'm off.
Okay.
I'm going to rest.
Right. So, okay. And if you plan on doing anything else except resting, please DM me. So.
Resting. I'm having so much fun.
Okay. And
I have challenge now, which is gonna be fun.
Right. So you leave, get some nice rest, knowing full well that there are all sorts of chemicals pumping through his system right now, and you sleep quite soundly. So let's skip forward to when you get close to the research outpost. Unless anyone else wants to do anything in that time. Going once.
I may ask the doctor what she put into Wild Watchdog.
Okay. Ask her. You go and ask her. She says, I injected him with a substance, the name I can't pronounce, something we got off the Klingons when we conquered most of their worlds. Something that they use to keep themselves awake.
How long is it gonna last?
She kind of grins and says, should last about a day, but when it wears off, well, let's just say he'll probably take a stop by sick bay. And she grins again.
Good. Fun.
Okay. So, Kango, is there anything you would like to do before we get there, or can we skip to getting there?
So it's still, if it's still a shift where I'm on duty.
You've got some amount of the shift left, or you can do stuff while you're off duty as well. You can just rest, you can just skip, whatever you want to do.
I'll just stay on the bridge for now. That's fine.
Okay, but when your shift ends, do you get some rest and then, yes?
Yeah, when it ends, I head to my quarters.
Okay, sure. So, in that case, we'll skip forward. The beta shift goes through, and just as you come back to the alpha shift, you're only about maybe like an hour out, and right, you used to get into long range sensors, you detect the outpost, and indeed the telltale signature of a Constitution class starship. With its transponder running, it is indeed the Pathos. And also another ship which seems to be damaged somewhat. Smaller vessel.
That's so strange.
It seems to probably be an Imperial vessel if you had to guess, but you don't recognize the design.
So I see this as well, right?
I'm assuming this is something that Jay Baylor is going to broadcast to the bridge.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Which is why we're not doing it.
I mean, given some other things we've done in campaigns, I wouldn't be surprised.
To some extent, at least. Okay. Right. Shall I hail them?
Well, you're still out of comms range,
Shall I hail them?
a little bit. I'm giving you the opportunity to do something before you get there, but if you don't have anything you want to do...
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
As soon as I go on the bridge, I basically say, "Alright, watchdog." But lately, I'll allow it a lot.
You can tell that he's sweating a little bit, like on his forehead. So you come up, he stands up, and just stands right beside the chair as you sit down.
Struck it a bit there.
He says nothing.
I feel fresh as a daisy.
He says nothing at first, but as you sit down, he says, "I'm younger than you. I've got more strength. I can take you in any way you want."
Yeah, but you're going to be going to sick bay soon.
He doesn't seem to respond to that. So, is there anything, Captain, that you would want to do before you get there, or should you just drop out of warp when we get there, and that's what did you want to skip to?
I think as we get close to the point where we drop out of warp, I'd like to be on yellow alert.
Okay. Sure.
Because we've just found a ship that seems to be us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's reasonable to be on guard at this point.
And no, this is probably not that giant Enterprise, like that 1-to-1 scale Enterprise balloon, literal balloon, from that animated series episode where they confused the Romulans with it.
Huh.
Good to know.
I don't remember that, actually.
It's the one where the computer played practical jokes on the crew. Incidentally, that's the episode that introduced the holodeck as the rec room. But anyway, that's getting too far off topic. So,
I see.
now, yes, you're on yellow alert. Close enough. And where do you want to bring us out of warp, Nero?
Oh,
Please say something in the mild category.
yeah.
I want to bring
I'll
us...
say,
out...
I'll won't show off a bit, I'll just... a little bit.
Okay. Which range category? Contact.
Yeah, totally. About, medium range?
Medium range, sure.
Yeah.
Drop out of warp. Gets brought up on the view screen. It's visual. You can see the outpost there. It looks somewhat like the K7 outpost. Maybe they reused the same model, who knows. I'll just post a picture so that you can see it. Where is it? Hold on. I want to get a good picture of it. Oh, that's tiny. Hold on. There we go. I'll post it in reference material. One moment. There we go. So it looks kind of like that.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you can see a Constitution class starship right there, and another ship that looks like it's of Again, it looks like it's an Imperial ship, but you don't recognize the design. It's got a saucer section, it's got a long kind of, it's cylinder as a starter section, but the nacelles are attached to the saucer. And it's a bit smaller than the Constitution class.
So strange.
Open hailing frequency.
Aye, sir. Hailing frequencies open.
Okay, hailing frequencies are open.
Getting a sense of deja vu here.
And on screen comes Doviah.
I would, yeah.
Identify yourself.
Go on.
GM, does she respond?
Well, that's up to you. Do you respond?
I respond. So how does this work now?
Well,
Do I play?
yeah. Yes.
Sure.
You'll just have to specify when you switch.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Doviah Drenlich Twossock of the USS Pathos. Who are you?
I'm Captain Shiun of the ISS Pathos.
Dun dun dun. Sorry, it had to be done. Done, done, done.
I see.
Though things are starting to make more sense now. Where is your captain?
Right.
She is currently in main engineering, dealing with a thing that might be able to get you home.
Okay. And Alfresha, who's currently in charge of the bridge, basically.
You.
Oh, that's okay.
That's fine, because if it was set out faster, I'd be like, gone.
Okay, so I'll say.
Out.
I will get her up here. I'll call her.
Okay,
And I cut the comms
sure.
and
You cut the comms and
go over to.
okay, sure. We don't know what's gonna happen. If you want to DM me
Well,
something, if you want to DM me something that you want to do,
Nothing.
that's you've not already said, then
Nah.
please do that. But
I just
outside
get
of
the
that, we don't
captain,
know.
that's what that says.
Okay. So, now, suddenly the view screen goes back to the research outpost and the two ships there. And there's a strange silence on the bridge.
Well,
And
that was,
Watchdog seems to be quite thrown by this.
really?
He's like looking at the captain questioningly.
Given the context that this research outpost is interested in interdimensional theories, I think we at least can make some presumptions.
Says, but Captain, I do not understand. Well, it's not your job to understand. Now keep your eyes on the console.
I purposely hover my hands above the console, so at least a couple inches higher, just as you turn away.
Okay.
Not touching the console, literally.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I see.
away.
I know.
Sorry, hang on.
When your shift is over, you may be interested in reading up on interdimensional theories. For now, though, it is immaterial.
Noted.
I may have a book if you want to read it. Watchdog.
I will make it a point of my studies.
I do have a book if you want to borrow it.
He just looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
I read books.
He kind of thinks for a moment, then kind of like realizes that he's took his eyes off it, and then looks at the console again, at your hands, what you're doing. And sees your hand hovering above it, but he doesn't say anything. He just looks at you, almost saying, with a gaze, almost saying like, I dare you. Then, the Pathos is hailing the Pathos.
Alright.
In this series, they really got a lot of mileage out of that Pathos model.
Oh yeah, really.
So, yes, on screen you can see a Shiun in her uniform, seemingly covered a little bit in grease in some places. Looks like she probably hasn't slept in a while.
Great.
Good luck, Dodd.
Shiun version 1
Which one's
raises
version
an
1?
eyebrow.
Shiun Prime.
Which one's 1?
No. Don't say that one.
You can say bridge or view screen if you want to, perhaps, or just normal and view screen if that might help.
Sure. On the view screen, Shiun raises an eyebrow. I had wondered if this might become an issue. Greetings. On the bridge,
Yeah.
Shiun. It seems you have us at a disadvantage in terms of knowledge. Why are you here? How are you here? On screen. That is a complicated explanation. However, suffice to say, there was an incident while we were investigating an unusual phenomenon, and we found ourselves in a slightly different version of the space we were in.
At this point, I quickly want to mention, it would have been so funny if the view screen Shiun would have just said, I'll let Nero explain.
Oh, please do, it'd be funny.
Push me off the microphone.
You might have gone a little bit over it,
But
not like quite.
okay, but actually what happens at this point is view screen Doviah, you get a notification that Severu is just about ready for the first experiment. And he's asking
But
what to
where is
do.
Neo anyway?
Right.
He's on the bridge at this point.
So, have I been a part of any experiments beforehand? Why is he asking me specifically, or is he just asking
he's
Bridge?
contacting the bridge.
Okay.
This would be something that you would relay to the captain and then get a response and then relay that back to
when the call's finished, I'm assuming.
It's up to you.
Can I just send it to the captain's console or something?
No. You could put it on a data pad and then walk over like Yeoman Rand used to and hand the data pad.
Sure, that seems good. So yeah. That's what I do. I transfer it and then...
Okay. You get a data pad handed to you. It says that the first experiment is just about ready and they're waiting for the final word in engineering.
And let's just sit back down like toast.
So now you've got not just other Shiun and Pathos to do, but also paperwork. Congratulations.
Wow.
All right. On the screen says, "Send word to proceed."
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, that gets done. I'm assuming.
Yes. All right.
Great.
God, this is awkward. Okay.
Also, you may want to check DMs at some point.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah. I see. That's important.
Hence why I deliberately said to please check.
Yes.
Yes.
You did say at some point, so... I don't know.
True, but who would really put that off when the GM says, please check your direct messages at some point?
True.
Anyway.
That would be a choice.
Yeah.
We like choices.
So,
Yes. So if there's Nero on screen, he's slightly freaking out, and the other one's poking the watchdog.
Okay. Yes.
Sounds about fun.
oh yeah, how is our original Nero handling
Good question.
this very similar situation?
I will leave that up to Rogue.
A tad freaking out. It is obvious.
Uh-huh. Like freaking out enough that you're gonna need medication to keep you calm? Or freaking out enough that you've got to go to sickbay? Or freaking out enough that you can still reasonably stay at your post without any of that?
Depending on the captain. It's obvious he's freaking out. He's freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
The captain's a little preoccupied, so if you don't draw attention to it, I don't think it's going to get attention.
Yes.
Well,
Unless you do something like really obvious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump to warp. My hand slipped. Maybe, maybe other Shiun. Maybe the idea of the watchdog wasn't such a bad idea.
The other one is literally just teasing the out of the watchdog. Literally, he's just like going like close, but not like, you know. He's basically just teasing the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting them for drop.
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right. So I still struggle on how to refer to them.
Yeah. It's a bit...
You can just say screen.
Has the chat even figured it out yet?
You can say maybe screen or bridge, perhaps. Or you could just use the prefix of the ship if you wanted to.
Okay. Sure. So, on the ISS, Shiun asking, what are your intentions? And the response, we do not intend to stay long. In fact, if our return to our home can be expedited, we will do everything we can to do so. This is clearly not where we are meant to be. ISS Shiun. I believe that is for the best.
At this point, Jay Baylor says, Captain, if I might have a word with you.
Very well.
And he indicates to Doviah to basically cut comms for a bit.
Sure.
So Jay Baylor stands up, he's got his hands behind his back, stands up straight and says, Captain, I believe it would be a tactical error to let these people, wherever they came from, escape. It would appear that wherever they
I
came from...
believe it would be dangerous for security purposes to let them remain.
But think of the resources. If we could have inside information into wherever they came from, that would make an invasion extraordinarily easy. Especially since wherever they came from seems to be similar to our galaxy. As you know, the Empire is struggling with some resources. Can you imagine the benefit that having access to an entire different galaxy of resources, in addition to having inside information about their goings-on and tactical abilities would be? I believe the only sound choice here is to attempt to capture them.
But if it's the same, we'll be back to square one. Nothing would change.
Assuming that their dimension is indeed similar to ours, there would be another power in their universe to contend with. And I believe we are contending with enough powers in our own universe.
I cannot change your final decision, Captain. However, I will lodge a formal complaint. Please do not see
You may
this.
lodge whatever complaints you wish. I stand by my decision. You will stand by yours. And we shall see what our superiors believe.
Very well. Long live the Empire, Captain.
Indeed.
Okay, and he turns back to his sensors console to keep an eye on the situation. It's also worth pointing out that your chief of security is not here. In case you get into a fight. So, right. Now, do you want to re-establish comms or not?
If I'm told to, yes.
If I'm told to, dot 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 dot, yes.
Right, yeah.
Oof.
So I'm sort of waiting for the captain's word to.
Sorry, taking notes.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. That's it's
absolutely
just my
fine.
character. Yeah.
Oh, do I want to play? Oh,
Yes, you do want to play.
yes I do, don't I?
You do.
Yes. Oh, do I?
And so the endless loop begins.
No, it's not an endless loop. It's just.
Yeah.
Let me quickly have a look. Ah. Just how much trouble will I get in?
Who knows?
Yes.
Depends what you want to do with what justification, I think.
Sounds about right.
So,
Well, let's see. Who was it? Who was blabbing again, or talking? Off by the captain.
what do you mean? Who was speaking with the captain just now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Officer J. Baylor, the chief, the Endorian chief science officer.
Okay, how important is he?
Well, he is.
He's a senior officer.
Yep.
True.
And his rank is lieutenant commander. However, he would be the next in command after you. So you've got the captain, then you've got Westacre, then you've got you, and then you've got him.
And then?
And then it's
So tempted
Doviah.
to shoot him.
Right.
I am literally so tempted to shoot him right now. But
That would be an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Watchdog does that one. But the thing is, though, would it be strange to do that? Throughout the whole entire.
In the middle of the bridge? Probably.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, assassinating one of the senior staff. Sure.
Nah.
I mean,
you're right.
there'd be especially a lot of confusion since he's behind the chain of command for you, so people would wonder, what the hell benefit do you have in that?
Yep.
But anyway,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a good thing that people always check their Discord DMs on time. So, do you want to open up comms again? Not yet. Let's let them fume for a bit.
Now we're still back around with Watchdog.
Mm-hmm.
How's he sweating?
Whatever drugs he was injected do seem to be getting to him, and he will soon need to start rolling in order to keep his composure.
Yeah, I'm basically just teasing though. I'm basically just teasing now.
Okay.
It's literally, how you doing?
Alright.
Looks like you're getting lucky.
I'll make a note. ISS Nero continues to antagonize the ensign.
Okay. Now that important captain's business is taken care of, what do you want to do next?
Let's see.
Oh, is the answer make more notes?
No. Trying to think what precautions would be taken.
I mean, might be worth going to red alert. Although that could maybe be seen as escalating situations. You could try to ask for dinner guests.
No! That word for us is a bit...
I think ISS Shiun would...
Could you imagine? Could you imagine just having an actual dinner scene with both senior and then Westaker, like prime timeline Westaker's there, and at one point he just says, "So where's my other self?" And there's, well, you see.
Yeah, where is he?
I think ISS Shiun would question the wisdom of inviting people onto the ship who look just like people who are supposed to be on the ship.
Yep. True.
Yeah. But maybe the dinner could be done like with a voice call.
With a voice call. Anyway, no,
we can
come
just
on.
stay on our ships.
Okay,
but
come
we
on,
can
come
still
on.
have dinner together.
Anyway.
Yes, come on.
Anyway.
So, back to things. No, other things, not those things.
I'd like to reopen the call now. This
Okay.
is tricky.
So you wake up Doviah. No, okay, anyway, sorry. So yes, the call of course gets reopened immediately.
So push a button, back.
We cannot responsibly let you do as you please here. So, we will require regular and frequent updates on your activities, and you can expect scans regularly to confirm that this is the case. I'm sure our communications officers can keep the flow of information running.
Of course, sir.
Do you say that simultaneously?
It's ma'am.
Yeah, true.
It's ma'am.
Sir's fine.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Sir, madam.
Wow.
So, USS Shiun.
That's a good name for a ship. Sorry for interrupting. It was just too good to pass up.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Ah.
Maybe if we have to reboot the series.
Yes.
Well, I would be willing to keep such an open line of communications if there is some reciprocation of information. After all, you would know more about this dimension than we do. Certainly, you could, at the very least, send us a data package of fundamental information. The trouble is, that is indeed the sort of thing USS Shiun would request.
Yep.
But I don't know how to respond as ISS Shiun.
I mean, I guess it depends on how long you want this episode to take.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
I mean, there are various degrees of helpfulness here. So...
Oh. Watchdog is not going too great, man.
Nope, he's
I
not.
might need to replace him. Ho. You really shouldn't be taking drugs, man. Especially that stuff. Whew. I think you better go to the medical bay. Woo!
He just stares. And you're not sure if he's actually still looking at the console, or if he's just staring into space in that direction. Not entirely sure.
I hover my hand over it. No? I think there's something wrong with Watchdog, Captain. Woo! I might need a new one. I think he's broke.
Okay.
We shall address that later. As she very, very distinctly eyes you and then the view screen. I expect you to maintain professionalism.
I'm just worried about my
Worry in
Colleague.
silence.
Huh?
By the way, I think it's fair to now give a reference image to the uniforms that the ISS people are wearing.
Yeah.
Ah,
Because the uniforms are different. So
Yes.
there you can see.
They are different. They're really quite different.
Lots of
Interesting.
Yep, lots of sashes as well.
Yep.
yes, the sashes.
Yep. Kango posted in chat, Captain's log, stardate 2567.4. This is Captain Pathos of the USS Shiun. We have been tasked to escort USS Westlake to rendezvous with USS Twossock, although we are concerned that we might meet pirates en route.
But yes.
Right, back to things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how ISS...
Perhaps.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Perhaps we could compile a collection of civilian level clearance history if you would do the same. After all, it is an expenditure of effort, and it does not benefit us to give you that information.
You're doing a great job. You really are.
Yes. You are.
Thank you.
I know how difficult it can be to talk to yourself. As a GM, I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Negotiating with myself is
I've done that too.
so awkward.
I have done that too on several occasions, but I won't go into details.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
USS Shiun says I suppose that would be a reasonable exchange. Very well then.
Twossocks, get to it.
Both in unison. Aye, sir.
All right.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So I think they'd probably set like a time frame, like get a data package in within like 2 hours, and probably have check-ins every hour.
Sure.
Sounds reasonable.
So, the basic information that you get is, I'm assuming the USS people are going to be honest about this. Yeah? Yes?
Yeah.
And the
It's Shiun.
and
so-
the ISS people as well? Or are you giving them just the official civilian propaganda-filled package?
Yeah, propaganda package.
Okay. So yeah.
Going
Prime, Shiun and Co. get a lovely package of talking about the glory of the Terran Empire and how great it is to be part of them, and all the technological benefits that they've got, and how they liberated countless worlds in the name of tyranny, and how basically they are the only thing that's keeping the quadrant in order and under control and safe, and how they're fighting space piracy, and how other devilish threats, and it's actually used, devilish threats, such as the Romulan Star Empire, are being kept under control with a watchful eye and a strong fist. And it's basically everything that you would come to expect from a propaganda package. There's
USS Shiun gets flashbacks to the debates with the Klingons.
Yep. So, I mean, if you had a milestone from back then and you wanted to use it now, that would be perfect for it. But anyway. So, yeah, I mean, like all good propaganda, and I say good in air quotes, there is a kernel of truth at the core of it, but of course it's been twisted so much that the meaning behind it and the truth in it is lost. So,
could I
get a copy of that. No, I have not got it written up.
What? Why not?
Oh.
That sounds so easy. And you definitely should have anticipated that I would ask for it.
Maybe next time.
Anyway, what were you actually asking for?
Yeah. Could I, as USS Shiun, roll to try and discern the truth using my focus in politicians?
Absolutely yes. And you can even have the ship assist using the computers, like going through history records, trying to see similarities, doing things like that. Unfortunately, Norman won't be able to help. So, it is going... I would say probably this would be command plus insight would be my guess, but I might be persuaded for other stats.
No, that seems... I think that's reasonable, yeah.
I mean, reason would of course also work if you prefer that.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, I'll take reason.
Okay.
Okay. What's our momentum?
Our momentum is currently 3.
Ah,
3.
So.
Yep. We've not changed the scene since.
I would like to buy a die on this roll to counter my own deception.
Well, it's technically Emperor Garth's deception. Which, by the way, that is the empire, the emperor of the Terran Empire at the moment, Emperor Garth. If you want to look him up on Memory Alpha, there might be some interesting stuff there. He may be a character that also appear in the Prime timeline at some point. Anyway, so that's the thing after stream. So, do you want to roll? I'm assuming you get the die. Going once, going twice.
Sure.
Sold.
Okay.
To the lady in the Mirror Universe uniform. Oh, that's great. Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Great
Well,
that you
I
brought that.
mean, if ISS Shiun is gonna keep rolling poorly and USS Shiun rolls like that, I'll take it.
I mean,
Well,
although that's like plot. That's kind of nudging that, surely.
yeah, well, fairly speaking, it's like even roll 20 once has
Yep.
chosen a side.
Yep. So, Kango, would you like to roll for the ship? Computers plus, I would probably say science, actually, because the ship's library and what of records are available for comparison stuff, and history probably fall under scientific things, I guess.
So
Either that or command, I would say, but
computers plus.
I would rather lean towards science. I mean, they're the same anyway, so it's a moot point. But
Doesn't matter. So sure, I'll assist.
hey, that's also a rare thing. Moot. The word moot is a rare word.
Huh.
Yep.
20.
Okay.
Damn it.
So
I roll a 5, and you had a complication.
Sorry.
Wow.
well,
Sorry about that.
we are now up to 5 momentum,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to turn that complication into threat.
Yeah.
So should we call it there
Yeah.
and resolve this next time?
I've still got a full 2
Yes.
minutes
Yep.
left. Well,
I
1.5
think
minutes left.
that's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can think of a great complication in a week.
Oh, I know
Sure.
exactly what the complication is. It's just
Okay,
Oh no.
sure.
He's got one Neo freaking out. You got one provoking and just knows he's gonna fall. It's just literally waiting for just to flat ass when he
there
does.
are. I mean, plus if the threat counter is any indication of the actual levels of threat in the story at the moment, I mean, we're like in the high 20s at the moment.
Ooh.
Wow.
Thanks, Kango, by the way. So,
Yes.
We're very
sure.
consistent.
yep.
Oh yeah.
we,
Games.
we really are.
Ugh, we really do like putting ourselves in spot, don't we?
Plus, the thing is that I don't really spend threat It's like I don't spend threat most of the time, and then when I do spend threat, I spend a lot of threat. But then I like let it to build. I like to let it build up again.
You like being in the mid 20s, eh?
Yes, maybe when I turn 30, I like to be in the mid 30s. I don't know. So
Yeah. You'll save them up, and then you'll dump like 6 into one roll and 4 into another, and you'll add this thing and that thing, and suddenly our thread is like cut in half.
that did happen last Saturday's session. It literally happened.
Yeah, we know.
Anyway, so we're actually going to end on time pretty much, and we started on time as well. What is
Yeah.
this? Anyway,
Wow.
Wow.
We did come in a bit
Apparently-
early to Ginger Chillmag.
yep.
Apparently it's January.
Oh yes, you're right.
Huh.
What?
So, the
Oh,
month.
good.
Is this a discovery?
It's like,
Oh no!
it's like, what is this? Apparently it's January. Bring the good, the good.
That could be like a police.
time thing.
That could be like a police squad joke. Like, what is this?
What is
It's
it?
January. It's a month of the year, but that's unimportant right now.
Yeah,
Something like
exactly.
that. Just a twist
It-
on the hospital joke.
Yes,
No, it's Twossock. I think he's dead.
Sure.
it sounds like it.
Well, anyway,
It's a reference
Yeah.
to a thing I'm not familiar with.
police
It
squad.
wasn't really, but
Police
it
squad.
could have easily been
Yeah.
one.
Anyway, or the airplane film.
I've
Doesn't
got to
Yeah.
wait till next week for Watchdog to smack his head.
Yep.
Or faint or fall over.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Aww.
any feedback anyone would like to give? Criticisms? Anything before we end?
I will be more prepared to talk to myself next time.
That's
10 out of 10 feedback.
I think chat went a bit quiet.
yeah.
Chat did go a little quiet.
Yeah,
True.
it was only really
Bill
VGR
It was
and
VGR and then he left
Anthony.
at some point.
and Droomspath.
Yeah,
Rogue.
but that's okay. Sometimes people aren't available. That's fine.
Yeah.
I tend to muck around
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
People got lives.
Yeah. And besides
True.
the main, if I'm being honest, the main reason why at least I'm doing this is because I enjoy this series. The live streaming aspect of it is just a bonus, really, for me.
And people will watch the archive, I'm sure.
Probably.
So,
Incidentally, you watching the archive, hello.
aye.
Hello.
Anyway, so, yes. So,
We're speaking to you from the past.
well, yes. So,
Nah.
this stream will be archived on YouTube if you couldn't guess.
Mm-hmm.
Especially aimed at you who are watching this archived.
Yeah. Otherwise,
And
Nah.
thank you all very much for watching. I had a lot of fun this time around.
me too. It was great.
And Roomspath, yes, there you go. Thanks for a nice stream. Thank you. So,
Yes.
and until next time then. So,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Isn't it hello?